The huge suplex.
All right, good morning, everybody. Saturday, December 18th, the final Thoughts Count Anywhere episode for 2021. Can you believe it? I'm Aaron Phillips. Opposite me, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Security himself, our own Virgil, Matt Muller.
What?
I thought that would get you going this morning.
What?
What? And, of course,
You're fired.
the man, the myth, the legend, Chief is in the house.
Place on the man with the meat stick.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning, gentlemen.
Aaron E. Aaron
I
behind the
have
board.
no hearing in my
You have no hearing in your ears?
ears.
Check the second knob to the left. No. There you go. Check that one.
Oh, thank you very
All right,
much.
there you go. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us. As always, download the Go Live Vegas mobile app. If you got to take us on the go, we thank you for making us part of your final Saturday of shows here in 2021. Our phone number, 702-329-6947. Press the number 1, and we want you to call in because we're going to ask you the following question. We will discuss this throughout the show. What to you were your best wrestling moments for the year of 2021? The year that was or is about to be was in about another week to 10 days. We want to know. Give us a call. Join us in live conversation. We love the chat room, but we also love if we can have you guys call in, give us your live input, would be appreciated. What are some of your top moments in the world of pro wrestling for 2021? That's something I think in the next couple hours, gentlemen, we will rehash and have some fun over because God knows there's a lot happening in the world of pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
So we have a lot. Let's give a quick thank you and shout out to Sin City Sublimation, Firehouse Subs, Finley Mazda with Garth. We appreciate that. And, of course, the Brew Brothers sponsoring the Chiefs Rant. We had by the way, Matt, I don't know if you heard about it, but during Unsportsmanlike Conduct, we had a new segment there. We had Scott's Rant, which was sponsored by Powerplay Sports, because he wanted to chime in regarding the Super Bowl coming to Las Vegas, as we saw some of his comments in chat
I've
rooms.
seen plenty of group chats this
Yes,
week.
so we had him come. But anyway, so we're going to have Chiefs Rant coming up a little later. And again, listen, we have great sponsors, but there's always room for more. The more sponsors we can have to help us keep this show going for 2 hours, the more content, the more guests, the more things we can make happen. So please, if you have any interest, which should be many, because coming out of the holidays, we want to keep your holiday business sustained, right? We know that to happen. Please send us an email. You can email us at info@thoughtscountanywhere.com. You can email me direct, Aaron Phillips, LV2018 @gmail.com. The one that I gave you for the info goes to Matt's email, and then Matt and I can reach out to you. But folks, when I'm telling you that to become a sponsor on our show is less than what would you say, a car payment for a new car?
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe even less, depending upon if you're driving a Yugo versus a Lexus, maybe. I don't know. But listen, opportunities, what are we averaging now? 30,000 still roughly per week all across the board, at least on
about
Facebook?
30,000.
Okay. So, and of course, our website, thoughtscountanywhere.com. So, join us. Get 30,000 people delivered to your door for potential business each week for not even pennies on the dollar.
That's not chump change.
No, it's not. It's not even change for... There you go. Even Scrooge would appreciate that. All right. Let's get started, gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot going on. Shall we get there? Wow. There you go. By the way, with that, we can even come on on location, do remote shows, just like we've been doing for Firehouse Subs. It's a great time when we can come on site and be in your place of business to help bring business to your establishment. All right. So first topic, rumor is WWE is very interested in signing MJF when his contract is up in 2024. I saw a comment this morning which was interesting about MJF. Somebody compared MJF as an athletic version of Paul Heyman.
I read that yesterday, too.
You saw that,
It
too?
was... Who said it? I don't remember who said it, but...
Athletic version of Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, Paul Heyman looks like the round mound of rebound right now. So if that's what they're comparing MJF,
Well, that's why it was athletic version.
wow. So whoever wrote that evidently hasn't been watching AEW lately.
Do you think listen, were you guys not surprised that Kevin Owens re-signed? Were you surprised or not? I know I'm jumping ship here, but we're talking about signing, so his name popped into my head.
Honestly, yeah, I was, but honestly, no, I wasn't, because if you look at, and Matt, if disagree with me if you want, you look at how many wrestlers AEW has and how many jump ship. I think, I give Owens all the credit in the world for staying at WWE.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion.
Do you think this push as of late has helped him in any way to decide to stay? Because his contract now is good through 2024, ironically, as when MJF's is up in AEW.
Yeah.
Do you
I think all the zeros in his bank account was a pretty good reason to stay.
But I thought AEW's contract was, I'll use the word comparable from what I saw. Maybe not, but the dollars I don't think were that far off. But he has, 7 years invested in the WWE organization?
I mean, to me, you stop and look at it that he, every certain amount of months is getting a push. And he's getting the push now, with the match that's coming up, him and
the triple threat.
Yeah, the triple threat. Who
Day
knows?
one.
Maybe they're going to put the belt on him now.
And rumor also I read this morning is that Sami Zayn may have already signed a contract with WWE, possibly a few weeks ago.
Makes sense if those two are probably going to stick together their whole careers.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Absolutely. I mean, I would love to see Sami Zayn. He's great. You give him any storyline, the guy can play a paper bag and make it an interesting storyline. I would love for them to find a way to make him more relevant on a more regular basis throughout the year than just in these pockets of time. Injury aside.
True.
Okay, but I mean, look at the storylines that he's been involved with over the last couple of years. Right, the conspiracy stuff, right? Still happening. People are not realizing this conspiracy with him. This has still been the underlying storyline since the pandemic, right? Since the Thunderdome when he started all of this.
Now, I'll say one thing about Sammy. Whoever's writing his creative storylines is doing it right.
I think he is. I think he's involved with it.
I hope, and rightly so, you should be.
Yeah.
But I mean, collectively, whoever's putting it together, WWE, I think you need to take a look at and a lesson from if you want better storylines.
Yeah.
And I think we need to have a new segment here, sir.
Fire away. I'm taking notes.
It is now time for Matt's story time.
Yes. We need like a story time music background.
I think we want to call it Matt's story time.
We almost need like lullaby music. It's story time with Matt. Because you prompted something with us in our group, but
yes, you
let's
did.
go. Let's have it. Because Brandy. Good morning, Brandy. Good to see you in there. She mentioned something about story time or so. Oh, Thomas Burnett did. So, all yours. Let's hear it.
All right, I got a call from Denny's, and they were like, "Hey, we think these couples gonna dine and dash." And I was already like within feet of Denny's, so I was like, I'll head right over. And I was like trying to walk into the door because I didn't know who the hell I was going after. And this couple's arguing, and they were like, just go outside and just meet me over by the mob museum. I'll pretend I'm going to pay. And I looked over and I was like, are they serious? And I go over to the manager and I was like, hey, who is it? And they're like, those two. And I was like, cool. I grabbed the lady was like pretending to pay, and I was like, you better pay your damn bill or you're going to jail. She's like, huh? What? And I was like, put something in that credit card machine that makes it work or you're going to have a real bad day.
So how did it end? Did they pay? Or
they both went to jail.
I was going to say, did they pay or did they pay?
It ended up turning into, she said she ordered the wrong food and got called a bitch. Oh. And I was like, well, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck,
then it's the bitch.
It kind of looks like a duck.
Yeah.
And then I put her in handcuffs first, and then I went outside because the guy was just standing there like stunned. And he's like, well, we're not going to pay because they called my girlfriend a bitch. And I was like, so your first instinct was not to defend your girlfriend, it was to run outside like a bitch? Now put your hands behind your back. because now you're my bitch. And then Metro showed up, and off they went.
Nice.
So they get a free bologna sandwich after they order their nasty Denny's food.
Yeah, we definitely need a new segment title. Absolutely. Story time with Matt.
There we go.
There you go. I like it.
I like that.
That's our new segment title right there. Story time with Matt, coming to you in 2022. This was a trailer that you just saw, preview trailer. So coming January 1st, story time with Matt.
Chief approved.
Chief approved. I may have to do a little voiceover like that. It's now story time for Matt. Story time with Matt. That'll be the intro. Little blankets, dolls. All right. A couple of shout outs in the chat room. Of course, Brandy, good to see you in there, darling. Principe Leon, good morning, sir, for checking in. Thomas Burnett, of course. Carlos. Oh, Carlos asks, can Matt put people in handcuffs?
Carlos, you get your ass down here.
Yep.
We'll show you how quick he
That's
can
right.
put you in handcuffs,
and they
buddy.
ain't fuzzy ones either.
I got to
you know
go
what
to work after this.
Oh, there you go.
Actually right here.
There you go.
There you go, brother.
Wow.
That answers it.
Hold him back up again. I don't know if he got a clear shot. There you
Right
go.
here.
Why does it look like the infinity ring when you hold him? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's
I have the power.
I have the power. Exactly. Exactly. Interesting.
My brother from another mother.
There you go. All
Yeah,
right.
buddy.
So good stuff. Well, there you go. There's story time. By the way, story time with Matt now is going to take over cereal time with Aaron because he hasn't had cereal. I don't even think he's had it. Well,
He hasn't even had his sunflower
did you have your
seeds
coffee
lately.
yet this morning? No, Raquel's not awake yet.
He had a
Coffee, that's
donut.
why.
Hey, he had
his donut?
He had a donut, though. I know
That
he
means
had
he's waiting for the
donut.
coffee chaser. 702-329-6947. When we come back from break in a minute or two, give us a call. What's been some of your top wrestling moments of the year 2021? All right, let's go into another rumor topic real quickly here. Lots of rumors going around of Kyle O'Reilly joining AEW after Adam Cole said he has a present for the Young Bucks next week, and Tony Khan saying there will be several debuts in the next couple of weeks. There you go, Matt. Thomas, you got it. It is now story time with Matt Mullen, our very own Big Boss Man.
I like it.
There you go.
Yes.
Thomas, thank you. That's what I'm going to have to record that after the show.
Hey,
this time of
only
year-
my sponsor would think of things like
Of course.
that. You know?
That's right.
That's why he sponsors
Speaking of
me.
sponsor, Top Rope Collectibles this past week, I got my pictures.
TRC.
They are tremendous. I got them this week from William and Ben. Tremendous stuff. I'm willing to sell my Chelsea Green pictures to you, although they're better now after she got clobbered in the head by Matt with the chair. But I got 3 pictures for you if you want to talk later.
Will's up in Philly this weekend at
Oh, is he?
Icons of Wrestling.
Right on.
The huge show up
Right
there.
on. And Brew
Huge
Brothers. I know I'm ahead
Brew
of,
Brothers.
I'm ahead of the rant, but Sunday, 2 p.m., since my wife is unfortunately out of town on family business, although I am working the event tomorrow at Versus. When that is done, hopefully they'll be on the air still. Unless, Thomas, you have a change of time tomorrow, I will be tuning in to Brews Brothers tomorrow. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. Join
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly. What do you think is going to happen?
Him and Bobby Fish are going to get back together. If he goes to AEW, they're going to be a tag team again.
Okay.
It's that simple.
If 2021 ends with the Undisputed Era in AEW, just shut up and take my money.
Take it now. Take it now. Excellent. Last rumor before we go to break. Bray Wyatt is in no rush to return to wrestling as he is currently filming a movie. Good for him. Let him take his time. I mean, I would think with the great run he had as The Fiend, he had to bank some bucks.
Oh, yeah.
right? His merchandise is still selling. WWE is still putting merchandise out as The Fiend. Now, I don't know if he's still getting anything on that stuff. Shit, I bought a belt that, the Fiend belt that was on sale for $219. Thank you very
That
much.
his wife doesn't know about.
Well, yeah, and I know she ain't listening. So, yeah, let him take his time. This movie thing, I think it's good.
Yeah, if he can go into a movie career, that'd be awesome. He'd be the perfect bad guy in a lot of movies.
Next installment of Batman as a villain.
I got a question for you guys. How much do you think the average wrestling contract is at WWE?
The average?
Yeah, just
Holy hole in a donut!
Okay, I don't know what that was about, but it's okay.
My opinion, because only a handful of people.
100,000?
No, I would say a little bit higher. Again, it's probably tiered. You know what I'm saying? Some, the obviously mid-card and whatnot, they're obviously getting lower than the Roman Reigns. So if we break all of that up, I'm going to guess 300 plus percentages on merch probably.
I was going to say about the same, probably 350.
So if it's that's the average. I wonder how much Bray was making in WWE.
There's an article that came out yesterday that's saying that like Kevin Owens' new contract was about the same as Bray Wyatt's old contract was about $2 to $3 million a year.
So really, if he, and I'm sure he did, handle his finances appropriately.
Especially if your dad's IRS, you certainly bet.
You know, Mike knows the business.
Of course.
He's probably not in a hurry, in my opinion, to go back into a wrestling ring.
Yeah.
You know, could he make an appearance at a show? Jump in a ring and,
But as what, though? He can't use the Fiend. WWE owns that. Owns that.
If his mind, which I'm sure it is anything like his brother's, I'd love to see him just run into a ring, one-shot affair, run into a ring, and Aleister Black tries to spray the mist on him, and he right to Aleister's mouth, and that's the end of it. That would be creative writing.
Runs in with the mask on, like a lucha mask.
Yeah.
Has the braid sticking out from underneath without knowing his identity.
Correct.
Goes into the corner, does the backwards crab thing, and then does that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
He's got like different like monster masks made already.
Yes, he does. But everybody would know it would be him, though.
But Aleister Black needs to never do that mist thing again. He's like 0 for 4 of hitting anybody.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I agree. All right, we're going to stop it right there for our first break of the show. 702-329-6947. We come back from break. We're going to start taking calls. What is your top couple of moments in wrestling for 2021? You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. That is Matt. That is Chief. And I'm Aaron. We'll be back in about 60 seconds.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit-cha-hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
Sin City Sublimation is an all-in-one design and manufacturing shop making everything here in Las Vegas. Most companies have everything made overseas. We do not and can do all the work in 2 weeks or less. From the court to the field, we have all types of sports uniforms for your liking, but if you are looking for something else, we also make memorial shirts, birthday shirts, and fan gear for your kids' teams. Send us an email at sales@sincitysublimation.com, and if you mention Thoughts Count Anywhere, we will take $5 off each shirt with a minimum of 12 purchased. A pro wrestler-owned business, we are known for reasonable pricing with a fast turnaround, all made in the USA. For more information, go to sincitysublimation.com for more.
If you order Firehouse Subs online or with our app, we'll have those delicious, melty subs boxed, bagged, and ready to pick up with rapid rescue to go. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Hey, welcome back. Thoughts Count Anywhere. So,
Aaron has a story,
I do.
folks.
Listen, in my book, let my voice speak to you. I share a lot of behind-the-scenes conversation of over 15 years of, because really, folks, if you don't know this, and some of you have come into studio do know this for a fact, some of the best conversations in any show in any studio is when the mics are not on during commercial break, because we let loose a little bit. We start talking about other stuff. So about a minute ago, before we came back, Chief turns to Matt and reads Thomas Brunett's message in there about being the big boss man at TCA. So I look up at Matt. Matt looks up at me, and I put my hand up to Matt like this so that Chief doesn't see it. And I said to Matt, I said, I already said that. And so you then say, yeah, he said it on air. So I'm like, I did say the new segment was so we had to bring Chief up a little bit. So I'm going to be talking a little slower this segment so he can listen a little faster during the segment as he gets ready for the Chiefs rant. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Listen,
indeedy.
let me tell you something. This show's been on the air 2+ years, right? We started, it was August, 2 years, Matt?
Yeah.
You and I are the sole survivors of the original cast, right?
Yeah.
Of the shows that I do, of course, my show at 12 o'clock is new. So, I mean, I enjoy doing it. But this show, and Unsportsmanlike Conduct, talking about sports is good. But this show for me, we're just, people, I hope people realize we're just three guys, three friends, and three dear good friends that we're just hanging out talking about wrestling with you all. That's all that it is. And I'm getting goosebumps as I say this, because just to have a conversation to BS, and whether you agree or disagree or not, it's not even the point. It's just conversation. It's good, clean fun. And the fact that we can poke fun at each other and whatnot and still smile and laugh, guys, that's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. And there needs to be more of that. But I just want to share that with you. That's what came to mind when we were laughing about it during break. So,
oh, yeah, for sure. You know who your true friends are, but how much do you insult them?
And they keep coming back.
And they just keep coming back worse.
There you go. That's worse for wear, right?
That's why I'm in the middle, so I can be the punching bag.
No.
I'm Curly of the Three Stooges.
There you see, now that I could buy. Does that make me Mo and he's Larry?
I'm not going there.
My goodness.
You figure that out on your own. I'll take Curly.
Okay. Okay. Tomorrow there's a show at Versus Studios, but it's not a Versus show. You're going to ask me for the name of it, and of course I don't have it immediately in front of me. Perhaps our crack producer can go to the Versus page and pull up the flyer for tomorrow's show at Versus.
It starts at 1 p.m. with Mr. Aaron,
I will be on commentary with R.J. Gillette.
Phillips,
Yeah, it's
R.J.
Millhouse, and his last name escapes me, is one of the tech guys behind the scenes at Versus.
Correct.
And he's had a passion for wanting to create his own show.
Sure.
And Wes and companies, yeah, no problem. We'll support you, give you the arena. So this is actually a show that Millhouse has put together.
Absolute zero.
Absolute zero. Thank you. Showtime is 1 o'clock. I don't know anything
at the Boulevard Mall.
Boulevard Mall. I don't know if there's anything about does it say ticket information on there? I don't know if it's free to get in or
$10.
There you go.
General admission.
GA to come in. Of course, Power Play Sports Collectibles has a corner display of some of their stuff in there as well. But so this is their second show. They did a show a couple of weeks ago, I believe, as well. I could not make that one, but tomorrow, 1 p.m. bell. It should be about a couple hour show from what I understand. R.J. Gillette and I, as I understand it as of yesterday, will be your commentary team for that show tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Unfortunately, I won't be there because I'll be hibernating.
Yes, you will.
I will be hibernating till 0900 Monday morning.
There you go. Thomas also says level up. Of course, going on this weekend, we talked about it before, sports cards, toys, and collectibles at the Boulevard Mall, being sponsored and put on by Power Play Sports. Today through tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., free admission down at the Boulevard Mall on DI and Maryland Parkway. The best way to get in is you go around the back like you'd be going to the movie theater area. That's where they're in that open, I call it a tundra, that open area there right outside Poor Boys and Power Play.
Right.
So get down there, some great gift ideas for your sports fan. And here's another one, Saturday, January 8th. Oh, my wedding anniversary. Travion Morig will be signing autographs. In-store signing from 2 to 3 p.m. on the 8th. Autographs are 60, premium items is 70, inscriptions is 25. And, of course, that's also at the Boulevard Mall as well. Okay. Any other news and notes of the world of pro wrestling going on in this town or signings?
Let's see. We covered Versus.
I think that's it. It's a quiet weekend, I think.
Yeah.
In comparison to past weekends when we've had 9,000 events going on.
Next week, I know the 23rd, which is a Thursday.
Yep.
FSW's got a show 7 o'clock.
Okay.
You get there Free admission. Bring to
it's a toy drive. That's
the
right.
toy drive.
New and unwrapped, right?
New and unwrapped.
Right on.
So
Good for
there
them.
you
Good
go.
idea. Richard Dilatori, hello, Lou. There's no Lou here, Richard. Wrong show. I missed the Krispy Kreme donuts. That was Thursday, Richard. Richard, turn the page on your calendar, sir. But thank you for tuning in, and I was happy to see your son Eric in the chat room. All right, let's get into a couple of WWE reports if we can have the bell. All right. First one we've already talked about. WWE has filed the trademark Piper Niven, so hopefully Dewdrop is gone and we get Piper Niven back. I hope so.
I sure hope so. That name is so dumb.
It sounds like a very degrading name, doesn't it?
You know what Dewdrop? You know what Dewdrop reminds me of?
I'm afraid.
Taking a shit.
That's what I mean. Okay, degrading.
I'll say
you were
it.
direct.
I could see Vince on the toilet and just be like, I got a name for her. A Dewdrop.
Right before Kiss My Ass Club, right? Oh, my God. That is funny. That is the vision I just got in my head. I need a plunger. Anyway, I hope she goes back to Piper Niven because that's what she made her name at, across the pond, as they say.
Yeah.
And, she is she's a decent wrestler for, a bigger woman.
Yes.
She can move in the ring.
Yes.
And that's impressed me.
Yes. Totally agree.
So
yeah, she's good.
Totally agree. I want to see it because she didn't get off. Listen, I stories about Eva Marie coming back. She was brought back to put Talon over. Was she the right kind of person to bring back to put Talon over?
No.
Then you add insult to injury with this name of Dewdrop. Listen. Again, it's another case of wrestlers coming up from either NXT UK or some of the independent circuits, NXT, and they come up to the main roster, and they just get bulldozed.
If they were trying to put Piper over, why didn't they bring Raquel Gonzalez up from NXT and the two of them tag together? That would have been a formidable tag team. Instead, they had to bring Hubcap back, who we haven't seen in the last 6 weeks.
She was fired like a month ago.
Good.
She's out doing a movie now.
No, I don't care. I won't go to it.
Yeah, you'll be in the front row at the midnight show.
Even if you bought me a freaking ticket, Matt, I wouldn't go to it.
We'll test that theory.
There you go. Hey, join us.
No problem.
Join us.
Diva Marie, I'm sure, is going straight to DVD, honestly.
Hey, did he say he was going to buy the pictures from you?
Not yet.
Huh?
Of course, I haven't made him an offer. He hasn't made me an offer yet.
I'll give
sexy bathing
I'll
suit.
give you 5-1 odds he's going to buy the pictures.
Let's see, which one was it? It was on the beach, sexy red outfit, and kneeling.
I'm going to tell you, very, very good pictures.
Oh, they are.
I already got the magazine signed.
Very good
I got her
pictures.
figure signed and an 8x10 signed with her and Cardona.
They are pre-chair to the headshots pictures. Let's put it that way. All right.
Monday.
Yes.
Update. I did get my picture from Will Monday.
Oh, okay.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
And the voice of Memphis Wrestling, Lance Russell.
Oh, right on. Very cool.
Looks good.
Speaking of the voice, you know what time it is? We're at the bottom of the hour.
Almost.
Why did you duck in? You could turn the camera on yourself if you were ducking in there. It's your studio. You're welcome. He knows shit about wrestling. But yeah, come on in for
a minute.
Come on, just come on in here, and then we'll send you to your desk. Get over here.
Hello.
Now you have work to do. You sit there on your phone when we want pictures up, and now I got work to do. Wow.
Come on in.
Just come in and say hello.
For a minute, say hello.
Come on.
I will when I get there.
No, here.
Negatory big.
I want you on the main set.
Right here.
You're running it on your phone.
Just
real quick. Hi.
You're running it on your phone. Aaron Ellicus, folks, the man behind this one.
Stuck out to get a coffee.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Now he can have another donut.
Go Live Vegas, courtesy of Aaron Ellicus. By the way, go to golive.vegas. All your show information if you're interested on anything. Oh, swag, man.
A great
cups,
gentleman.
Everything.
A great gentleman.
That's right. Everything's available. ThoughtsCanAnywhere.com. We have some good merch in there. So as soon as he gets back to his desk, then he can run our intro for
Just
the
cut
Chiefs
across,
rant.
man. Don't
Can
worry
you do the
about
Chiefs
it.
rant intro from there? No. All
Just
right. Well, then
don't
get back
worry
to
about
it.
it. Just-
Go to work now. What are you doing?
Just cut across.
As he just walks across the camera and
That's
yells at
all
us
right.
for doing
You
it.
got one job.
Very good. All right, with that, it is time now as the man himself, the Chief, was getting ready for his final rant of 2021.
And nobody knows what it's gonna
usually
be.
gives us a hint.
Nope.
We got nothing.
You're going to help me on this one today, though.
I am?
Sir. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know my cues, so I hope I'll be all right.
You will.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final time for 2021. It's now time for the Chiefs rant.
Good morning, folks. It is the Chief. My 3 minutes of fame is now 2:58. And as I said earlier, nobody knows what this rant's going to be about. But I'm going to give you a heads up. This rant is about a young person who yesterday in Clark County happened to bring a gun into school. Now, supposedly there was something on TikTok or something about there was going to be violence in schools and this and that. Well, this individual brought a gun to school, got caught, and their ass got thrown in jail. And you know what? I applaud them. That's the right thing to do. You may disagree with me on this rant. I really don't care, but I'm going to tell you my feelings.
If anybody has a pro shooting guns in school stance, just turn our show off.
Exactly. I retired in 2001 from the military. I tested at community college out here to see what I would be suited for.
Wrestling commentary?
You're going to be surprised.
Okay.
I was tested, and the doctor at community college on Cheyenne called me and said, Mr. Miller, we've got your results back. You are very, very suited to become a school teacher. And
Mr. Glenn,
and
Mr. Chief.
And I looked at that doctor, that lady, that professional, and I said, Clark County does not have enough money in their budget, because the first time one of these kids back-talked me, I smacked the shit out of them. And you know what, folks? We've lost control of our society. Okay? Shit like that, a person bringing a gun to school to get higher education. I wished I was at that school yesterday. I wished I was in that classroom yesterday with that person, because I would have knocked the shit out of them. And that's what our problem is today. We as adults and parents and grandparents have lost control of, you want to call it millennium? I don't give a shit what you want to call it. We've lost control of our children and what they do in society today. Oh, well, you can't spank your child because you're going to hurt them. You're going to bruise them. You know what? Some of them need a good swat on the ass. That's the problem today. And for those of you that are out there that have children that go to school, you really need to think about that. You know, it's not safe for a child to go to school to get an education today. And that is a sad state of affairs, folks. I love y'all. This is my last rant of the year. This is the Chief over and out. I'm going to defer to a few things that I said that I may not necessarily been right on or I could do in the school system, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to the safety of children, and I don't care what child it is, or what teacher it is. The chief says, we have to take care of them. That's the Chiefs rant today, over and out.
I don't think that there's really anything that needs to be followed up on that. I believe it was a middle school, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was a high school. I think it was middle school.
And I don't remember the name of it.
I don't either, but that's academic. And you know, whether it's a school, I like to watch the TV show FBI Most Wanted. It's a CBS show.
I like those shows. All three of those shows.
All three
are
of them.
good.
They're great. Did you see the one this past week? Because I don't want to ruin it if you haven't.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
With the mall shooting?
At the mall. So these are stories that come right out of headlines. How many mall shootings have we heard about? So whether it's a school, a mall, a restaurant where somebody was shot, and unlawful use of weapons like that in those scenarios should not be tolerated at all anyway. Adding insult to injury is when guns come into the schools, and it's these kids, these middle schoolers, folks. You're talking about kids that are 12, 13, 14 coming into a middle school with a weapon. Okay? A, where did they get it? B, if the parents gave it, shame on them. C, if the kid took the gun somewhere that the gun was just simply hidden out of a parent's sock drawer or wherever, shame on the parents for the gun to not be locked up. Now this goes into safety. As someone who spends time in a classroom, you can't go through everybody's backpack. You can't.
True.
Some schools have set up metal detectors. I think mostly some of the high schools have. I know here and whatnot. So it is a very dangerous. Well, Carlos says, he blames Sisolak. Look, Carlos, Vegas is, the Clark County School District is not the only place in America that deals with this issue. Does CCSD have issues with themselves as a district? Yeah, we have issues. Okay. Every school district has them. The state of Utah has had to close their schools on Fridays because they don't have enough teachers. At least here in Clark County, we haven't had to do that. We're still maintaining 5 days a week with the short staff that we have. My point is, Sisolak had nothing to do with this kid bringing a gun to a middle school.
Nope.
Okay, so let's not blame the player who's in the game. Okay, and I'm not trying to say anything political. I'm not saying that because I like or dislike the man. This has nothing to do with Sisolak. This is a United States of America issue with weapons being freely available for kids to play. How many stories you read? 2 kids who are 10, 11 years old, they find a gun in their house. And they start playing with it, and all of a sudden one of the kids are dead because the other one was playing with it.
Our brother right here from another mother every day puts his life on the line down on Fremont Street with the crazies. Okay? Every freaking day he does it. He deserves a thank you. I don't care what you think, what your opinion is. I'm just going to say it straight. If a kid at whatever age brings a weapon to school, they need to be placed in jail, not detention center, in a freaking jail, and they need to be tried as an adult. And I don't care if you're 12, you're 13, you're 14, you're 10. I don't care. Average deaths per year, 1 total, 38,826 so far this year, folks. This year, every day more than 100 Americans are killed with guns and more than 200 are shot and wounded. All right?
Jeez.
When it comes to gun violence in America, nearly 2/3 of gun deaths are suicide. Point 4, the U.S. gun suicide rate is 10 times that of other high-income countries. Access to gun triples the risk of death by suicide. Gun suicide are concentrated in states with high rates of gun ownership. White men represent 73% of firearm suicide victims in America. And I can speak on it because I am a veteran. And a lot of veterans have PTSD and can't handle the pressures out in town. And they decide to take their own life. Now, I'm going to go back to the school because I'm passionate on it. Okay? If you don't want to raise your child the right way, then keep them at home and educate them yourself. Don't allow them to take a freaking gun into school and hurt somebody else. We've seen it at other schools in this country. I'm trying to think of the one up in, I believe it was Connecticut some years ago.
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. Thank you, guys.
Columbine was really the first one that brought all this.
Colorado.
Right. But that was really the first one that brought this issue to light.
And you know what? We can say what we want. I've always said this. I believe this. There is nobody in this country other than police and military that need an automatic weapon. You can disagree with me all you want, but I'm speaking from 27 years in the military. There is nobody that needs an automatic weapon.
Each day, 8 children die from gun violence in America. Another 32 are shot and injured. You see on the screen, Tag Me In. That is a move within professional wrestling where professional wrestling has afforded themselves, if someone out there is at a point in their life where they're thinking about taking drastic measures, reach out to somebody. They are urging to reach out to somebody to talk to. Of course, those of us here at TCN Go Live Vegas and all the other shows that are here, folks, this is why we're involved with the Nevada Coalition for Suicide Prevention with Garth. That issue touched home for him. We have shirts on our website that are supporting that, and it goes to the coalition to support people. Tag us in. Reach out to us via email, Facebook, wherever. We will be more than happy just to shoot the shit with you about anything that you'd like to. And we've all had demons at times in our life that we can commiserate with. What's that? Especially. Yep. Yeah, really. So let's take it for what it is, folks. And look, this segment was not intended to be something other than the Chief's rant, but sometimes he touches on a topic that I think, as our show, as we're part of the community, not only here in Vegas, gentlemen, but obviously nationally and internationally. Yeah. We're talking about the incidents that goes on here in Vegas. Unfortunately, the folks in Vegas don't always report on all the similar activities that there are across the country. And based on the numbers that we shared, you can probably devote 3 hours to a newscast on gun violence, and you still wouldn't have enough time to cover everything that goes on. And I'm talking the illegal kind of gun violence, not police, whatever, military. Exactly. I'm talking about kids bringing guns to school. There's no reason a kid should be bringing a gun into school. Shame on the... Now, if the parents leave... Again, if that gun is in the household, it's up to the parents to secure the gun, period. And the parents should be held liable, in my opinion.
That's like the one in Michigan where the kid shot a couple. There was a school shooting in Michigan
not too long ago,
and they arrested the parents for manslaughter because they basically gave the kid the gun.
That's right.
And he got in trouble for it a couple weeks before that, and the cops found text messages from the mom, and she's like, "I don't care, just don't get caught next time."
Jeez.
Now,
all right.
Now that this is. This segment's kind of over. Let's everybody, including the general public that's listening to us, let's all just take a deep breath and relax for a minute. You know why? Because we deserve it.
Carlos says that the kid that you were referring to, the kid had the gun, did belong to the parents. All right, on that note, we're going to end the segment right there, folks. We're going to catch our breath during the break. We'll repeat anything to Chief that he didn't hear during the live episode of the show. During the break, we'll bring him up to speed. And then we come back, we'll get back to some more WWE news. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
Sin City Sublimation is an all-in-one design and manufacturing shop making everything here in Las Vegas. Most companies have everything made overseas. We do not and can do all the work in 2 weeks or less. From the court to the field, we have all types of sports uniforms for your liking, but if you are looking for something else, we also make memorial shirts, birthday shirts, and fan gear for your kids' teams. Send us an email at sales@sincitysublimation.com, and if you mention Thoughts Count Anywhere, we will take $5 off each shirt with a minimum of 12 purchased. A pro wrestler-owned business, we are known for reasonable pricing with a fast turnaround all made in the USA. For more information, go to SinCitySublimation.com for more.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
If you order Firehouse Subs online or with our app, we'll have those delicious, melty subs boxed, bagged, and ready to pick up with rapid rescue to go. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
Hey, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. By the way, the Chiefs Rant is proudly sponsored by When I Remember to Do the Live Read. Bruise Brothers from fabulous Las Vegas wrestling memorabilia and collectibles every Sunday at 2 p.m. exclusively on the Top Rope Collectibles Facebook group page. If you're not already a fan of the page, which you should be, search Top Rope Collectibles on Facebook. That is every Sunday, 2 p.m. on Facebook. Thomas, again, I just want to ask if you're not doing it 2 p.m. tomorrow for whatever the reason, because you're going to be, I saw in your message, you're going to be at Versus. If there's a change in time, please let us know. You can call us and let us know or drop it in the chat room.
And Thomas and Nick, we apologize that the topic went a little long, and we just...
It took me off task.
We just, I just threw him off.
He's saying, all right, here's another behind the microphone story. So we're in our last break, Matt, right? What does he say to me? He says, no one knows what the Chiefs Rant's going to be about. Okay, which is totally true. Usually, we had no idea. Then he turns to me and he says, but I want you involved in it. Okay, what am I being involved with? You know, it's like, what are my lines in the story? And you don't give me a script, you know? So, but it was good. Sometimes
wing it.
Yeah, that's totally fine. All right. Ben Bowman, thank you, buddy. What's up, everyone? My favorite weekly show. Thank you, my brother. By the way, the packages from both you and your partner have arrived in the Phillips household. All right, I'm gonna. I want to just cut to the last couple of bullets on WWE. What did you make of Roman Reigns firing Paul Heyman last night?
I thought it was going to come in like a more dramatic way. I thought like Heyman was going to literally cost him the title against Brock and like turn on him in the middle of a match, not just the way it went down. But
okay, nothing more than
I saw
just
it coming.
Oh yeah,
You knew eventually it's going to be part of the storyline. We've got a telephone call.
Yes, we do. And as soon as our producer gets back to the phone bank, Brandy, thank you for calling, our friend. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on with you?
I just want to call and say happy holidays to all three of you.
Thank you, and to you as well.
And wish you a very, very Merry New Year. And the next time you guys don't stick up for me, I'll punch you in the junk, okay?
Wait a minute. Wait. Don't stick up for you. What did I miss?
Last week on your show when I watched it afterwards, and that pathetic dipshit spoke my name out of turn.
It's a family show.
No, he beeped it. He beeped it. He got you. You're good.
Yeah. So,
good morning,
and
sister.
Chief is in there instigating it.
Yeah, she called me an instigator. Can you believe that?
I'd have to go back to videotape. My 3/4 half-Heimers is kicking in.
The guy who brought him in?
Right,
the instigator?
Yeah.
No way.
Chief's new best friend. Chief's new best friend.
Hey.
So all three of you guys should have stuck up for me because I couldn't even defend myself because I was busy at work.
I did. I thought I did. I thought I protected everybody. I even protected Firehouse Subs on Tuesday.
Hey, so while you're on the phone,
good question.
What's your memorable moments of?
Give us a couple of memorable moments. It's a good question.
2021.
Wrestling moments.
Wrestling moments. Well, for me, just because I was there and it was fun, it was SummerSlam. So I like SummerSlam.
That's a good one.
Because I was there and, being in the stadium, which I'll probably never go in again, but,
But you were there.
Yeah, it was nice. But just seeing wrestling, getting back to wrestling, having the fans in the audience and not through video screens, and it's good to be getting back to normal.
No more Thunderdome.
Yes.
Never again.
May there never be a Thunderdome again.
Though I'm not happy with some of the product right now. It's just, in aspects of, my favorite wrestler. But
February
I'm glad that he's going to be coming home.
February the 4th.
February the 4th.
Speaking of that said guy last week, he was mouthing off about him, and I already clipped that. I'm going to send it off to a certain somebody, TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, our guest last week.
I've been on his Twitch feeds. They're very, very entertaining.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It'll be Super Bowl weekend that weekend for a lot of reasons, I hope. All right.
Yes.
Brandy, darling, we love you.
And I love you guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, darling.
Happy holidays.
See you later, sister.
See you Thursday.
No wrestling
Love you,
show.
baby.
No wrestling show
Okay.
live is complete without Brandy in the crowd.
That's my sister.
It really isn't.
No, it
you
isn't.
know. I should get top fan award.
Hey, how many?
We should have a January 1st. We're going to do that. We're going to give away our
Hey, how
I'll
many?
have to come up with the name.
How many
Tisas?
are you bringing Thursday?
I think I'm just going to bring Little Man.
Okay.
I'm going to have just me and Little Man time.
All right.
All right.
See you Thursday, honey.
All right.
Thank you, darling.
Love you.
We love you.
Okay. Love you.
All right. Okay. Don't. Thomas Burnett says, don't feed her ego. Thomas, don't get us in trouble anymore, dude.
Hey, Thomas,
All right.
call in.
Yeah, Thomas, he must be working if he's, he can't be working hard if he's in the chat room.
Hey, if
Roman Reigns fires Paul Heyman. Yes, I think we
Okay,
all saw that
so
coming.
Anyway, I think we saw it coming.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Heyman is going to go with Brock. Okay. I'm predicting now Brock's going to win the freaking belt. Okay. Unless another family member comes up who will remain nameless and could do a run-in on Brock. Because I did see a picture. I did see a picture of him with the other three. So,
well, speaking of the unnamed source or friend, did you see the picture that he was with EC3 and Braun on social media?
Yes.
So I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Next thing on SmackDown, Toni Storm gets a SmackDown Women's title match next week on SmackDown. Thoughts?
I hope Toni Storm wins as much as I hope Liv wins at day one, but it's hard to see the belts come off of Charlotte and Becky because they hold them so often and for so long that
I heard a good comment this morning from a gentleman in, I think it was Puerto Rico.
Okay.
On Busted Open.
All right.
He basically said that Shotzi and Tony last night, Charlotte and Sasha had to back down a little bit because the two ladies couldn't stay up with him in the ring, which if you saw the match, you would know what they were talking about. And I agree with his comment. It probably should have been Raquel Gonzalez and, or not Raquel Gonzalez, oh shit.
good old what's her face.
She's from Australia, the big tall girl.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, thank you. And Raquel Gonzalez should have been in the ring with Charlotte and Sasha last night, wrestling them.
Well, obviously they wanted to give time to Tony as well as Shotzi, but I heard that same segment, and the guys agreed that the two underlings, we'll just call them that, were sort of hesitant going with they didn't go full charge. They kind of held themselves back because you're talking about Sasha and Charlotte here, you know, and so it seems and like Mark Henry said, listen, courtesy of Mark Henry at Busted Open, a lot of that comes with time and experience. Because they were slow getting into the match. Their timing and more comfortable nature of working with a Charlotte, working with a Sasha. They've probably never been in a ring with two performers like that. So the best thing Mark said is that timing and that comfort and everything else will come with time and comfort, time and experience in the ring. So
those two, and Sasha and Charlotte are like A performers. They're like the tip top of like the women's division in literally the entire world.
Absolutely.
The thing that really surprised me though is I've seen Shotzi wrestle quite a few times. She can go. I know. I've seen her. I know she can. I know what she can do in the ring. So I wish they'd give her another chance and give her a single match.
I want to see, Bianca going on the Raw side. Bianca, I don't know why she's not more involved getting her belt back with Becky.
Creative writing.
Well, yeah. I mean, they've totally stepped away and lost the momentum from the 28 seconds when she lost the belt. Totally.
Let me do a flip.
Sure.
AEW. Where the hell's Rusev?
And he's a title holder, isn't he?
He was.
Oh, that's right. He lost it. That's right. Sammy Guevara beat him.
But where's Rusev? Haven't seen Rusev in a couple months.
Since he lost the belt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
So,
now we got a little crap going on in the chat room. Brandy responds back to Thomas's comment. No, not you. About Thomas put in there, stop feeding her ego to Brandy. And Brandy says, I'll see you tomorrow and we could talk about my ego. LOL. Thomas believes Heyman is going to be screwing Brock as well. Ben Bowman brings up a great comment too. Why is Rhea not in the title picture anymore?
Well, see, I brought it up, Ben. So the next time you put a Rhea picture up for sale,
because Chief said so,
and I buy it, you better knock a couple dollars off for senior citizen discount or my $37.5.
And
love you, brother.
And as Thomas says, Miro is finding himself. So, Liv Morgan.
Finding himself in Lana.
Wait a minute. It's not Miro.
That's not bad either.
It's not Miro.
That's right.
It's Miro.
Well, it's Miro. It's always good.
It's not Miro. It's Rusev.
Rusev. Crush.
Miro's better than Rusev.
True.
Liv Morgan gets her rematch against Becky Lynch at day one after being attacked on Raw, and the fact that Becky beat her by holding the rope.
Let me ask you a question. Real. Could WWE throw a swerve at us and Liv win it?
I would hope so.
I would like to see that. We talked off air about the 60-minute match.
Yeah.
With the two gentlemen we'll talk about in a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see another. I don't want to call it a swerve, but another actual wrestling bit that would pique real wrestling people who would enjoy something like that.
The biggest comment I heard
expecting it.
The biggest comment I heard this morning about SmackDown last night was it actually opened up with a match.
Yeah.
No promos.
No
talking.
No.
You had the women's tag team actually open the show, and SmackDown opened with wrestling. Right on your point,
yes.
And I think that was well said.
Yes.
Carlos says Miro, Rusev, whatever you want to call him, taking a break. He thinks maybe he had some minor injuries that he's taken care of during this downtime.
He's got a good chiropractor that can put him back together in one day.
There you go.
Watch the videos on
real
YouTube.
Quickly, one last topic before we end our first hour. Bobby Lashley was added to the main event of day one after winning a mini gauntlet of 3 separate matches. So now it's a triple threat thus far.
That Raw storyline would have been cool if, Bobby Lashley was a face. It would have made sense. But since he's a heel,
totally.
The whole time I was just like, why is this happening?
Totally agree.
But it is Bobby Lashley, and it'll make a good fatal 4-way match. So
I agree.
I want to see it.
No, I agree with you. Totally.
All right, with that, folks, we're going to close out our numero uno. Coming up on the other side of the break, our number 2, which, of course, proudly sponsored by Sin City Sublimation. Check them out, sincitysublimation.com, for all your sublimation printing needs. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. That's Matt. That's Chief. I'm Aaron. We'll be back right after this.
Sin City Sublimation is an all-in-one design and manufacturing shop making everything here in Las Vegas. Most companies have everything made overseas. We do not and can do all the work in 2 weeks or less. From the court to the field, we have all types of sports uniforms for your liking, but if you are looking for something else, we also make memorial shirts, birthday shirts, and fan gear for your kids' teams. Send us an email at sales@sincitysublimation.com, and if you mention Thoughts Count Anywhere, we will take $5 off each shirt with a minimum of 12 purchased. A pro wrestler-owned business, we are known for reasonable pricing with a fast turnaround, all made in the USA. For more information, go to sincitysublimation.com for more.
If you order Firehouse Subs online or with our app, we'll have those delicious, melty subs boxed, bagged, and ready to pick up with rapid rescue to go. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit-hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? I just wonder, is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back to hour number 2. Proudly sponsored by Sin City Sublimation. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1. To talk to us, we want to know what your favorite moments of 2021 were. Favorite moments, bad moments, whatever they were moments. Give us your Mount Rushmore for 2021. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
Right? Why not? 702-329-6947. Press the number 1. If you're on the go, if you have to leave, like going to work, like Thomas Burnett did a few minutes ago, download the mobile app to your phone. What's that? I know, I'm trying.
If you can't watch the show, take us on the go. Download the app.
You wanted me to be Dr. Seuss? If you can't watch the show,
thinks he's a Canadian Eminem now.
Download the Go Live Vegas mobile app to your phone. Remember, when you're to your store for these apps, separate words, 3 separate words, Go Live Vegas. Okay. Let's get to it.
I got a wrestler for today.
Oh, history time.
Pampero Firpo.
Oh, you're going to have to spell that out for him. I got it. Oh, do you? Wow. All right.
Actually named one I know right offhand.
There you go. Very good. All right. Before we get into, we're gonna skip down to some of the indie stuff. Let's go around the horn here, Matt. Just give me 1 or 2 best wrestling moments in your mind for 2021. Just good, bad, or indifferent.
Since I'm kind of on the same line as Brandy, since I was at SummerSlam and then I was literally right on the rail when it happened, when Becky Lynch came out and returned, the Allegiant Stadium went completely insane.
Great pop, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Chief, how about you?
I'm going to defer to Wednesday night. The 60-minute match with Adam Pearce and
Adam Page.
Adam Page and
Bryan Danielson. 60-minute draw.
You don't see it,
Yep.
and you know how people. I thought it was great. Okay, because it was wrestling. But how you have people say you don't like it. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. You know what? If you're a true wrestling fan, as somebody said this morning, that 60 minutes was worth $50, and we got to see it for free.
There's a reason in the old days those 60-minute Ironman matches were called, they went Broadway.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because a 60-minute match, if you went 60 minutes, a full hour, that was the term that was used. They went Broadway, man. They went the whole time.
The best Broadway I've ever seen. Okay. Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair. Bar none.
Yeah.
Go back and look at it, at their matches on YouTube. And you want to see, there's my man Pampero Firpo, the wild man from the Pampas.
Was there another wrestler, Firpo? That last name rings a bell. No, he was the only one?
He's the only one.
When did he wrestle? When did you watch him on the radio?
Back in the 70s.
70s?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm thinking
Great
of.
heel.
Poffo. I'm thinking of the
Lenny
Poffo
family.
Lenny and Randy Savage.
But great heel. Has held a couple championship belts, and man from the
back in the day, heels had hairy chests like that in the singlet, like that,
Hey,
they always had the hairy chest.
My all-time favorite, though, George the Animal
Oh,
Steele.
no question.
Having been trained by Rudy Dusek, he made his debut in 1953 and wrestled variously as Irvin the Armenian, Ivan the Terrible, the Missing Link, and the Great Pampero, and the Wild Bull of the Pampas, as well as his most famous alter ego, Pampero Firpo. Boxing great Jack Dempsey gave him the name Pampero Firpo. Until then, he had been wrestling as Ivan the Terrible. He was looking for a gimmick, and Dempsey, recalling one of the famous opponents in the 20s, Argentine boxer Wild Bull of the Pampas, Luis Angel Firpo, suggested that the grappler be billed as Firpo's son.
There you go. Nice history there. Iron Man matches going Broadway. Those are things of the past. I'm glad it happened, and I think that's a great moment of the year. For me, I have to say a couple of the biggest one in my mind that comes to mind. Triple H's heart issue, because that changed, in my opinion, the total trajectory of where WWE was going to go from a structure standpoint.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with storyline. It has nothing to do with NXT, although, again, we know the results of what that was. But to me, for WWE, now Triple H was possibly the heir apparent. Stephanie wants to be with family. Shane is not in the business, blah, blah, blah. Triple H having that medical issue and falling out of the business for that period of time and the stress. And now he's back. We saw him for the first time at that construction site a couple of weeks ago for the new building, blah, blah, blah. That, I think, is something that we'll watch, because now we have a guy from the outside, Nick Khan, who was recently shown a picture with him and The Rock. They have a good relationship, which now is adding fuel to the fire, even more so, of Khan possibly taking over for Vince McMahon in the near future. But to me, I think Triple H was a moment for the year that changed the course of quite a few things within the WWE world, or universe, as they like to say. There you go.
True.
There's a picture of it. Triple H heart attack. Number 2 was Roman. Why is that? Oh, because it looks like that was one of the power listings of ranking wrestlers there, as you see the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. So just that's our one for right now. We'll throw out some others. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1. We want to know what one of two are your memories, your important things, the best of. Hello. One ringy dingy? No, that's not the real phone. That was a sound effect.
All operators are busy.
Whatever happened to the Chiefs recording of Dial Now because the Chiefs said so, or Call Now? We recorded that. Yes, we did months ago.
I will go back to my library.
Or we'll have to just re-record it to make it easier.
I thought I had 3/4 Halfheimers.
Oh, he's got less.
He's got full and a half.
I want to read something here, if I may.
Okay.
Nick Khan is president and chief revenue officer of WWE, a
Right.
publicly traded New York Stock Exchange, WWE Global Media Company. Khan is a former practicing attorney, transitioned to international creative management in 2008.
Business restructuring.
Where
for the
he
sake of-
launched the sports media department and represented the biggest names in sports broadcasting. In 2012, Khan moved to CAA, where he became co-head of the television department. So we're going from a lawyer to basically Vince's right-hand man was a practicing attorney and really had no idea of what the wrestling business is all about.
Well, I don't know if that story does that justice, because without him and his roots in Vegas and the importance of pro wrestling, story has it he was very instrumental in helping get SummerSlam here this year. But given that he made the switch in 2008 out of being an attorney to his current position, basically he restructures business. That's the bottom line. He restructures businesses to make them profitable. That's the bottom line.
And I'm okay with that. Hey, it's all about
No,
the
no,
money.
no, of course.
But the point I'm trying to make is how much knowledge does this gentleman have of the wrestling business?
The Rock posted that picture of him and Tony Khan and said when they were kids in
Nick Khan.
Hawaii.
Nick
Khan, yeah. Said they were kids in Hawaii, they'd always go to like wrestling events and all that stuff. So he had to have been a wrestling fan since he was little.
Yeah, he's probably been an outside fan of wrestling, but I don't care if it's wrestling, the Acme Widget Company, whatever it is. His practice, and he's known for this, is to come into a business. He's hired almost like a consultant out of his own business to make businesses profitable and in a better position for the stockholders. And you can say budget cuts, you can say whatever you want. I don't know if he's obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, it appears that he's not involved in the day-to-day runnings of the shows, which I think would then cross the line of what you're talking about. He's not involved in creative writing. He's behind the scenes. He's in the ivory tower, running the business from a financial business operational end.
So the point that I'm trying to make, though, is Vince is hands-on with the business. Okay. We all thought collectively that Triple H was going to take the business over because he has the knowledge of the wrestling business.
The wrestling side.
The wrestling side. Now, what we're seeing is supposedly Tony Khan's going to take it over.
Nick Khan.
Or Nick Khan, excuse me.
Well, that's what it appears. Something could happen before now and the time, but yes.
But if he does take it over, again, I'm going to say, he may know the financial aspect of it. He doesn't know the wrestling part of it.
Well, hopefully he'll have the ability and knowledge of advisors, whoever they may be, to put the right people in place for the wrestling business side of it
now
to handle that.
To go to you.
At least I hope.
I'm going to pose a question to you.
Sure.
Do you think The Rock may come in and take over the wrestling side of WWE?
I heard Vince Russo come up with like a thing of like, those two had a picture together. If The Rock was to come up with like an investment group to buy WWE, he totally could. And The Rock obviously knows a lot about wrestling, so I don't see him like being like, he's too busy to be like day-to-day operations anything.
I think
he'd just be like the poster boy for WWE pretty much.
I think if he did that, he would make Stone Cold Steve Austin the chairman of the board. You're laughing, but I'm serious.
I am, because I could just see Stone Cold coming in his shorts and his knee brace and his black T-shirt with a beer.
But seriously.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Steve's not really doing anything.
No,
other than the bust or the other
podcast.
than the podcast.
Right. And I'm sure but he has his business stuff on the side too. He's got his own beer and stuff. But I see where you're going with this, and I totally get it. But let me ask you this question. I'll pose it back to you. The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker could be a name. But the first couple of names we're talking about are guys from the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Attitude Era philosophy would work in today's world. Because you know what people are going to say? Been there, done that. You did that already, this Attitude Era stuff. Now, if they have a business acumen and can guide creative into making the product overall better through a creative standpoint, I'm all for it. But I don't think they can ever replicate the Attitude Era.
If you look back, though, if you look at what they've got backstage right now, Michael P.S. Hayes, Shawn Michaels,
Buddy Love.
Where are they all from? The Attitude Era.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But they've also been in their positions long enough that they've sort of migrated away from the blood of the Attitude Era. We only really know Stone Cold from a wrestling world from the Attitude Era. He's not involved in any other wrestling promotion to show his skill set in developing a territory, developing wrestlers like you see in NXT and whatnot. I think, I don't know, it just seems to me to be a little difference between doing what needs to be done to put a good product out versus the business side of it in financially being responsible and making the business successful. Because you can say the same platform for any business.
The one name that comes to mind who I don't think gets to do justice and who should be, in my opinion, stepped up on the ladder is William Regal.
That's a great mind for wrestling. But isn't he more involved in UK now, or is he still in NXT 2.0?
No, I think he's still. I think he's still down in Florida. But that to me right there's a name who I think could take the wrestling business and the wrestling youngsters that are in the business now to a new level.
I think they need to keep separate people on like the business side and use like the former wrestlers with the experience on the wrestling side as like producers, writers. So all like the best wrestling came from like when the wrestlers, like former wrestlers, were the writers because they know what
Remember the show,
what they were doing instead of all these stand-up comedians. And
Remember the TV show Undercover Boss?
Yeah.
So that would be that was a show that they took the owner, the high muckety muck out of the ivory tower, right? Who runs the business, put them out in the field. But if you watch them in the restaurant or in the warehouse, they're at least they're presented as being lost. Okay. Now, as someone who's managed people on multiple levels, I always believe that people should know and have experience in what other people do hands-on, so that if you need to fill in somewhere, I can move people around into other positions and departments.
Yeah.
But I think what we're alluding to here is almost your own undercover boss. You put a Nick Khan who maybe is a fan of wrestling. Could he go into NXT or Raw or SmackDown and help produce a show? In my opinion, absolutely not.
No.
Why? He's never done it, number one. And you just can't go into a position like that without the experience to say, you know what? I got what I need to know. I'm going to go fix it unless you have some experience to compare it to. So that's where I think there's some separation, like you alluded to, Matt. I agree. I think the company would then have to be restructured in a way where the production side of it reports to somebody under the ivory tower to control the product and making certain it's profitable for the ivory tower people. Look, in this studio right now, the three of us, we're putting out a show. We're putting out the final product, right?
Yeah.
And we're creative. We're putting our own show together. What we want to talk about. But Aaron back there behind the board, he's the guy really making it happen for us. Please
don't ever compare Aaron to Vince McMahon. We'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah, I know, but he ran out of coffee. So, but we could not go to that desk and do what he does.
No.
Okay?
And we appreciate what he does.
We would make a mess of that. He probably would never, ever let us back there, but that's a whole nother story. But that's why I think, like, this is our own little wrestling world. We're the product. We're the talent. We know we think we know what we're doing.
Let me throw,
but he's the hierarchy.
Let me throw another name out at you.
Okay.
Kane.
He's too busy running a town, sort of like The Rock.
But he is the mayor of Knoxville.
Right. No, I understand that.
So not only does he know how to handle financial, he knows the wrestling
and
side.
that would be a rarity for a guy like that who would know both sides of the business of making something profitable like that and the ring experience.
But the real question, my thought right now, okay, if you go from after the Attitude Era forward,
right?
Who could you really put in as the head of a wrestling organization?
A name popped into my head as you asked that question, and I'll probably get a lot of heat for it.
Hey,
but why
I got your back.
Why would you not put John Cena in a position of hierarchy?
No.
Okay. I will.
Is that? That's as you asked that question. That's a name that immediately popped in my head post Attitude Era.
Like if you had to pick like a former wrestler to be like the head of the company.
Mm-hmm.
The wrestling side of the business, not necessarily the financial.
Yeah, not the debit and credit side.
You would almost have to go with Cena, yeah.
Because if you and this, I love wrestling, but if you stop and think about it, there's not really been, other than Mr. Cena and maybe the Bella Twins, there really hasn't been anybody who has done a push, so to speak.
Let's throw some other names out there who run wrestling schools. If we're talking about wrestling product, Booker T has a school, right? Seth Rollins has a school. Bully Ray has a school, right? There are tons of top-level stars, past and present, that
Al
run the...
Snow's got a wrestling
Al Snow's got... Look,
right up the next state up.
Yeah, so those names that we don't know that have a school, those names could fit in there very well in director of operations of talent and product and stuff wherever you need them.
See, now we think, okay, in talking, and we're talking here collectively, all we're talking about is WWE.
Right.
Okay. I have two names that come to mind right now.
Okay.
Who both operate wrestling schools, but one also operates a wrestling show. One is Austin Idol, and the other one is Ricky Morton.
Yeah.
But see, when we talk about, in my mind, when we talk about it and we discuss it, we just talk WWE.
Right.
We don't, and I don't think outside the box.
Right.
When it comes to that.
A lot of that has to do with just promotion. Look, Seth Rollins doesn't publicly talk about the fact that he has a wrestling school in Iowa.
No.
So how do you know? I just know because you know the guy, you follow his
Black
stories.
and Brave.
Right.
And it's the same thing with Ricky. Ricky owns a wrestling school down in Tennessee, but he also puts on 205 Live,
right,
which is a wrestling show.
Well, how about Jerry Lawler? Anyway, I'll let you ponder that as we get ready to shift gears.
I love my Lawler, man. That's my man.
702-329-6947. Come on, folks, give us a call. We want to know what your best moment of wrestling for this year is. All right, couple of AEW Impact ROH. Of course, we saw the final battle for ROH to close out what we knew as ROH currently, with the hopes of seeing them coming back in Q2 of next year. A couple of surprises, I think none bigger than seeing Titan, formerly known as Braun Strowman, who is legally known as Adam Shearer, show up at the end with EC3. First of all, Strowman, Titan, Adam, whatever he wants to go by now, the guy's shredded. Have you seen him on social media?
Yes.
He looks nothing like he did when he came up as part of the Wyatt family. Pretty interesting.
You talking about Braun Strowman?
Mm-hmm. See, I'm trying to talk slower so you listen faster.
He's lost some weight. He's shredded.
You can't make this stuff up.
No,
this is radio here.
No, it's television. See the cameras? Where's Sean
No,
Hyde?
Hey,
Sean, we haven't seen him in a while.
Good.
Oh, he looks great.
He looks good.
Looks fantastic.
I just wonder if I have my own thought on that. He's dropped a lot of weight, and I just have my own thought.
Which is?
I just wonder if the man might have used a little bit of something to bulk up when he was in the WWE, possibly.
Well, I think he's more bulked up now from a sculptured physique that what you're alluding to would be more beneficial of than the way he was physically in.
I personally hope not.
Oh, I agree. That would suck if it was.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but can you imagine? See, here's what I think's going to happen. Him and EC3, right? They've joined together
with some other gentlemen that we saw on social media.
Now they're bringing in their third amigo.
Why can we not say his name? It's on social media.
Yeah, I can say it.
Okay.
Killer Cross. No problem. The three of them. It reminds me of the three amigos they had down in Mexico. Kevin had down in Mexico with two other gentlemen. But I think with seeing the three of them, I think you may see them in MLW.
Interesting.
Just my thoughts.
Okay.
With all the ROH talent, like going to other places, do you think ROH could rebuild if those three were to hold out? Do you think they can build a whole company around Killer Cross, EC3, and Titan?
Yes. If they were to hold out that long, with the guarantee that ROH is going to be coming back, obviously, with some certainty and some structure. I want to believe. I believe in the heart of heart, all three of them don't need to get back in the ring to earn a paycheck. I would hope not, and can wait and do independent stuff and have fun on social media until said time. But listen, April 1st, yeah, we say, oh, it's 3 months from now. It ain't that far if you're looking to restructure, like we've just been talking about, an organization. They should have already been thinking about how to restructure ROH when they announced they were going on hiatus. I hope they didn't wait. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I would think if you're those three amigos and the idea of what you just brought up, which I think is tremendous as an idea, I would think you'd have to have some guarantee that ROH is going to be coming back.
Yeah.
We know Killer's not going back to Impact. We know that from all reports, right? He's not going back there. I think in MLW, I don't see him in GCW. I don't think Kevin or these guys are the blood match kind of guys. MLW, I think, is a viable option.
Kevin's definitely not.
You know, I definitely MLW think is an option. And, of course, AEW. But, again, I think with AEW, now becomes the WWE issue of having too much talent, like we've been talking about, and not having enough airtime for these guys and gals that basically that AEW is re-signing.
True.
AEW has a new contract. They're going to TBS, aren't they?
They are going to TBS. That is correct.
I wonder if they're going to get possibly more airtime on TBS.
Well, how much more airtime? They've already got hours and hours, right?
I can see him moving like Rampage to 2 hours. They better never make freaking Dynamite 3 hours.
No 3 hour, no more 3 hour shows.
You know, I wouldn't mind, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing wrestling 7 days a week on TV.
Well, we had it 5 days a week.
I wouldn't mind.
You won't see it on the weekends. You won't, because of football on Sundays and college basketball and all these other sports that are more suited for the weekends.
Yeah, you could.
How? On TV?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me and teach me.
Put it on at 10, 11 o'clock at night like they used to.
I agree, but I don't think. And yes, but
and
then you could tape it.
And if you're a true wrestling fan, you're going to watch it.
DVR is a hell of a thing.
No, that's what I just said. You're going to record it and watch it later.
A purist is going to watch
But I would do what he said.
Well, and I don't disagree.
And then my wife will yell at me, why is there so much wrestling?
If you had a VCR, I don't disagree with you.
I don't have a VCR anymore. Do you have a VCR?
I don't know.
If you have a VCR, call in and give us instructions. With that, we're at the bottom of the hour.
I got a VCR.
Is it still working?
You do.
I know.
Damn right it works.
His 8-track in his car is still working.
Oh, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was like literally 8-track was right there.
Hell yeah.
We already know what his toy was from 1910.
Damn
anyway, we are halfway through our set.
stick?
There it is. It's coming up next.
Damn right.
We are halfway through our second hour, courtesy of Sin City Sublimation. We still have a lot to do. We have gone off topic, which is totally cool. We have been talking a lot of good stuff as we get ready for 2022 wrestling. With that, we're going to step aside for what probably is going to be our last break. We'll take it right up to the hour. We'll be right back.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
If you order Firehouse Subs online or with our app, we'll have those delicious, melty subs boxed, bagged, and ready to pick up with rapid rescue to go. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Sin City Sublimation is an all-in-one design and manufacturing shop making everything here in Las Vegas. Most companies have everything made overseas. We do not and can do all the work in 2 weeks or less. From the court to the field, we have all types of sports uniforms for your liking, but if you are looking for something else, we also make memorial shirts, birthday shirts, and fan gear for your kids' teams. Send us an email at sales@sincitysublimation.com, and if you mention Thoughts Count Anywhere, we will take $5 off each shirt with a minimum of 12 purchased. A pro wrestler-owned business, we are known for reasonable pricing with a fast turnaround, all made in the USA. For more information, go to sincitysublimation.com for more.
All right, folks, we're back in the studio. Hey, I want to shout out to Mr. Duke Lawrence. Duke is in the house. Duke, I need you to call in on the telephone line that Mr. Aaron's going to give you the number to right
Well, he
now.
should already have it programmed. He calls us often. 702-329-6947. We have an invitation. Okay, Shade's driving to Cali. So DeShade shared some breaking news with us.
Yep.
That he has accepted the challenge from Nick Xander, January 28th. And that is a show put on by, is it Keats Pro? Keats is how they print?
Keats Pro Wrestling.
And that'll be held at the Versus Pro Studios on January 28th.
For the belt.
You betcha. Duke, call in because we have an invitation we want to share with you. Okay. What do I have circled here
Don't
next
let
on
me
our cheat
down,
sheet?
Duke. Call in.
Talked about that. Okay. Tony Khan announces an Owen Hart Cup tournament in May. Good move, bad move. Is this for a tournament? What are they? Oh, and then the winners' finals will be held at Las Vegas at Double or Nothing.
It's going to be, what, a men's tournament?
Men's and women's.
Men's and women's.
Martha Hart will be on hand to present the trophies. Is this just a tournament for, like, the best in the tournament? There's no belt. There's no, like, number one contender stuff. Is it? Or
I think it's just a trophy you get as far as I've heard.
Okay.
But I think it's just to keep the Owen Hart name out there and all that fun stuff. But
all right. We have a phone call calling in. Caller. Thank you for calling.
Oh, I heard somebody was looking for me.
The man got called out. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? How's it going?
All right, it's going well, Chief. It's up to you now.
Hey, I got a question to ask you.
What's going on?
No kendo sticks will be involved, I promise.
No kendo sticks. January the 1st. What does your schedule look like?
Particularly sometime between 9 and 11 a.m.
January 1st.
Yeah, New
9,
Year's Day,
11.
day one.
That is wide open.
Good. Book us. You're our first guest of
You're
the year,
our
right,
first
Chief?
guest for the new year. Get your ass
All right.
in here.
I'll
Because the
be
chief
there.
said
I'll be there
so.
early. I'll be there 30 minutes early.
It's because he knows we have donuts. That's why coming into the show.
Damn, I better buy some that day.
Maybe that week we can invite Brett the Threat back while we have Duke in the studio. And no, because he kind of went after Duke last week, didn't he?
Well, that's true.
Oh, yeah, he wanted,
No,
he wanted
I
it for
No, we'll just keep it as Duke?
Yep,
All right.
Duke.
Listen, Duke, you're big enough for two guests
Hey,
anyway. So
Hey, Duke, you can bring your tag team partner if you want to.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Who's that? Who's that?
Principe.
Principe Leon?
Yeah.
The same one that's been in the chat room?
Yeah.
The one when I introduced months ago and I mispronounced his city?
It's Principe.
That's because I'm from New York. I don't know how a lot of those cities are pronounced.
That's-
But yeah, if he's available, dude, that'll be cool.
Yeah, actually, I will call him. I just got off the phone with him before I even joined the chat room. He's on his way to California right now.
Is he with Shade?
Is
He with Shade in the car?
No. He's by himself.
Oh,
He's
okay.
traveling to a bar stuff.
No, because gotcha. Because Shade was just mentioning that he was on his way to Cali as well. Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. Principe was in the chat room, but yeah, reach out to him. We'd love to have you for sure. And if he's available to join you, we'd love to have the both of you on.
Okay, for sure. I'll definitely let him know.
All right, brother.
Hey, happy holidays.
Hey, happy holidays to y'all, too. Y'all be safe out there, too.
Thank you, my friend.
You too, man.
All right. Duke, last in early 2020, I did an interview with Ben Hall, Ref Ben, who had his YouTube interview show that he was doing for a while. And he asked me who my breakout star for 2021 was going to be. And I said Shade. Okay. I'm going on record right now. No pressure, Duke. But I'm going to mention for 2022, my breakout star chosen will be Duke. I'm going to say,
good choice.
I'm Duke. Don't let me down, dude. Shade made me look good for 2021. Now it's your turn, dude. I'm putting Duke, the big man, Duke Lawrence out there, the big fella, as my breakout star for 2022.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Because he's coming in here in 2 weeks, and I don't want to say anything against him. So that's right. Damn right. The guy's 6'9" and like forever. So because I know if I need something, he'll be there. Anyway, but Duke for sure. Oh, there you go. See, he responded. He'll make me proud. I know you will. You already do, but you make me prouder. Okay. We're all over the place. Breaking news. Shane Thorne retires from quote unquote sports entertainment following WWE release. Can you provide more information about Mr. Shane? Can you pull up a picture if you have one, if we can find him? Because we're all sitting here. The name's not ringing a bell. It's not WWE, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, Wiley's pulling that picture up. Let's move on to another topic. We were talking about the the Owen Hart tournament. No, okay.
No.
Okay.
Owen Hart was a class act.
Yep.
In professional wrestling, comes from the Hart family.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that Mr. Khan and AEW does it justice using his name, knowing.
Thank you, Duke. Duke put in the chat room who he is.
Knowing that his wife. Thank you.
NXT. He wrestled in NXT.
Okay.
He was also Slapjack in Retribution.
Knowing that his wife has, I'm assuming, approved this, being that she's going to be there.
Yep.
I wonder if it's a slap in the face to the WWE.
No question, in my opinion.
Because she, I know, did not like Vince or get along with Vince.
Right.
And is the biggest proponent so far of Owen not going into the Hall of Fame.
I agree. As soon as I heard about this, listen, Brett showed up on AEW right at the beginning of their run to show the title belt, right? The champ belt.
Yes, he did.
My immediate thought when this was announced that something was going to come of this, it was you hit it on the head. I think this, I don't say nothing more. I think to honor Owen is a great thing. I'm not taking that away. The fact that it's being done through AEW, however, I believe it's a direct shot over the bow to WWE.
Don't tarnish Owen's name. That's the main thing.
No, absolutely. That's why I have no problem with the tournament being done in his honor. I think it's great and long overdue.
Yes, sir.
But the fact that it's being done through AEW, Matt, I definitely think that was my first thought, is that it's a shot over the bow for them.
Yeah, it was definitely a shot at WWE, but it's like always like being a big Owen fan. I just love to see it because it honors the wrestler we all loved, and to finally get like new shirts, new figures, have him in the video game.
If I get another shirt, my wife is going to kill me.
They say he was one of the best pranksters backstage.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they talked about that in the Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes, they did.
About how much he enjoyed making people laugh.
Yes.
So
laughter's the best medicine we've got.
Absolutely.
You guys laugh at me every freaking week.
Well, you give us reason to, though.
Well, that's my job.
The Joker and Riddler's in the house. All right. Did you see the picture of the independent wrestler who gouged that referee? And I know that was a hot topic on Facebook.
Yeah, Hannibal.
Hannibal was the gentleman's name. And apparently in the storyline, the ref who was to be involved, and there was something where he was supposed to bleed a little bit or whatever, but they couldn't get him to bleed, allegedly. And Hannibal took it a little far because he found, a metal spike, was it?
Yeah.
And just cut this guy open to the point where by the time people realized in the back, it wasn't a work. It wasn't, to the extent that it was. And this guy lost a lot. He's lucky to be alive.
True.
Did you see the pictures of the towels in the hospital?
Yeah.
Horrible. People think the ref should file an assault charge. Gentlemen, your thoughts? Oh, and the referee, he agreed to $75 to bleed. He didn't.
The ref?
He didn't agree to $75 to lose his life.
The ref.
The ref, yeah. Yep.
They said he was supposed to get bladed or something.
Right.
But
He was supposed to cut a little bit. Right. He was supposed to be bladed to bleed a little bit. They had trouble getting the cut started.
You got like jigsawed.
I'm going to put it this way. If you don't know how to do it, if you've never done it before, don't do it. Unless you're trained properly.
I don't know if it was graphic in nature of what the referee looked like post.
I have a friend in professional wrestling who was asked to bleed, and he professionally said, no, I will not do it.
Yeah. There you go. There's a shot of the referee in the hospital, and what does Gurney look like? He's, quite frankly, from all reports, and they tried getting Hannibal off of him at some point, but he wouldn't. He kept going and digging into this guy. Should he? People have been urging him to file, assault charges because it went above and beyond whatever.
Well,
I don't know
how many. I'm definitely not an expert in it, but I'll just say this: looking at that picture, how many times do you have to be stabbed in the head to bleed?
No. But to the degree that the guy Hannibal was using a spike, I'm sure he started bleeding after one or two strikes or however he was doing it.
That's what
But
I'm
he
saying.
kept going.
Well,
Hannibal kept going, and nobody in the back realized that it went.
Abuse.
Exactly.
That's abuse.
Nobody in the back realized that it went too far because they all thought it was part of it.
And maybe that's the reason people are upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
And, how Hannibal handled it. If Hannibal's a 220-pound wrestler and this ref's 100 and, like me, 100 and whatever pounds referee, there's a big damn difference. And,
yep.
Is there room for that type of shit? Yeah, in certain matches. But, again, I'm going to say if you don't know how to blade or you're using another object to cut and you're not sure how to do it, well, you know what? Don't do it.
There you go. All right. Real quickly, one more topic. Then we'll do birthdays. We'll close out with some pop culture and maybe one or two more. What was your favorite stuff for the year? How's that sound? We got 15 minutes left.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So last thing I want to talk about, and again, half of the sheet we haven't even gotten to because it's a great conversation. Impact's ratings have gone down 50% from the same time last year. What do you think needs to be done to fix it? This is the very last one before pop culture.
I don't know. They've gotten better talent. The match quality's gotten better. Maybe they just need to do the AEW thing and sign one or two big names. And
how many people have Access TV? Because that's where they air their shows.
Yeah.
Okay. I have it because I'm on satellite service. I don't know if most cable companies make Access a channel that's available unless you have, there you go. Chief is saying no, unless you have a premium package. So you're not getting the exposure.
I've got the best premium package cable's got in our area.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on there.
Okay, so
I think that's part.
To me, is exposure.
Yeah,
right.
That's
we
think.
all I shouldn't say laughed. TNT when AEW started. All right, they the Turner connection with WCW and they're back on those channels. But even they realized that switching to TBS and not getting preempted every other week during football or basketball or whatever. part of it to me is exposure.
I think, and this is just my opinion, I think TNA has one of the best creative minds in the business.
Impact.
Impact, excuse me.
That's okay.
In Jimmy Jacobs.
Okay.
Okay, I think that gentleman is his mind is unbelievable in thinking creatively.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think I agree with you. I think part of it's exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And that unfortunately, I mean, I don't disagree with you, but they've signed some good people. Morrissey, Matt Cardona,
Inspiration. 2 hubcaps for you, Chief?
No, it's, you know what? They made a mistake putting the belts on those young ladies. I'm sorry.
I didn't think they should have won in their first appearance.
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing ever, seeing, is it Jessica McKay versus Tennille Dashwood?
Yeah.
And she actually missed putting her in a headlock. That was fantastic.
Aaron was with us at that pay-per-view and the Inspiration.
He's still inspired.
I sat next to him, man. He almost couldn't stay in his seat when he is still inspired.
Me either. I lost my voice when they came out, but
don't get me wrong.
That match was freaking god awful.
If Braun Strowman or Bray Wyatt signs with them, that will help.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's exposure, in my opinion.
I think when they took themselves off Twitch or Twitch took them off, whatever it was, that hurt them a lot.
Right. That's a great base.
That's a good platform to be on. There's like hundreds of millions of people on Twitch.
So if you don't have access, AXS, and not ACCESS, like I need access to, where can people find the show? You can't go on to impact.com. There's no link there. Do they have a YouTube channel?
I'm very...
They have YouTube to watch highlights, but...
I'm very, very thankful that we got to see some wrestling shows of Impact out
absolutely.
Here.
I have a whole different level of respect and understanding of Impact.
I'm thankful for us to be able to go watch it.
Absolutely.
But coming down the road, after those shows air,
right,
I'm not going to be able to see what's going on after that.
Right.
So I have no idea.
Yeah. I think part of it is exposure.
So it was like one more week of the tapings that were here, and then they have Hard to Kill, and then they do tapings over there.
Where are they doing that one? Where's Hard? Is that in
Dallas,
Texas?
I think?
Yeah, I believe they're going to Dallas.
Well,
and then I talked to a couple of the guys, and they said that they have other events going around the country.
I think part of it is, and I hope I'm not shooting us in the foot when I say this. Seeing them live in Vegas gave me a whole different level of respect for them, for Impact, because now when I used to watch them on TV as TNA, then Impact, it was like, all right, Kurt Angle would show, whatever. But now, seeing these shows and seeing it up close, it's a very, very good product because of the right. You really never hear people bitch and moan about creative for Impact like we do for WWE.
I love Alexander.
So I think it's a whole different level. I think right now, are they thinking as a bigger company than they really are and not thinking right now to the level of where they really are as a company and as a product? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In my mind, I think I should be on radio 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. And I'm trying to get there someday. Get me a sponsor. Okay. I think, because that's my dream as a guy who started radio 16 years ago. That's all you knew. Talk shows were 4 hours, 5 days a week.
See, I told you it was all about radio.
But the point being, though, is Impact thinking with the WWE mentality when they're maybe somewhere in between ROH and AEW? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they definitely are somewhere between ROH and AEW. They were... For a while, when they had like Hulk Hogan, Sting, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, it was like the who's who of wrestling.
Right.
They couldn't even really get like to the WWE level then. I think it's just WWE's its own monster that's been there for 75 years, and no one can touch their production value.
Right.
So.
Interesting. Well, to me, I think it's all about exposure. I think a better eyeball station or something on a more consistent basis where more eyes can get on it certainly could not hurt them. So,
True.
All right. We have less than 10 minutes left. My God, where did 2 hours go? You know what time it is?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. And by the
you.
way, our happy birthday tune, by the way, this whole second hour has been brought to you by Sin City Sublimation. Go to sincitysublimation.com. Tell Mike or Frankie you heard about them here on Thoughts Count Anywhere. And I believe when Mike was here, we talked about some sort of discount. I don't remember what it was, but if you mention Thoughts Count Anywhere, you will get a discount or a mention or $5 off or 2 shirts for one. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago. But tell them you heard about it here. Now, our version of Happy Birthday is presented by Pocket Aces. No, this is the Beatles version. You just made a liar out of me. Where's the other one? There you go. Thank you. Rob Goldstein, part of Pocket Aces. He's the host of Debt Lifeline. This is his group, Pocket Aces. It's a local group. No, but it's good. This way, people from the Beatles era won't yell at us. So if you're celebrating...
Or YouTube.
Yeah, right, or YouTube. If you are celebrating a birthday today through the end of the year, through the 30th, 1st of December, we're going 2 weeks here, you are celebrating a birthday with these people. December 18th, the aforementioned Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rob Van Dam, and Trish Stratus. You know what? Just on December 18th alone.
We're done. That's
what I was
all
gonna
we
say.
need.
That's a hell of a Hall of Fame class right there for birthdays, plus everybody else out. By the way, did we get any mentions of local birthdays? Nothing. All right. December 19th, the great Mean Gene Okerlund. December 21st, Mauro Ranallo. There's a guy who got short-circuited because of issues behind the microphone with people at WWE, which we know about, and I hope he's doing well. He's a great boxer and soccer announcer, too. Primo Cologne, Orny Lorcan, Otis. Otis. Is that Otis? Our man Otis? How do you pronounce the last name? I just almost noticed.
No, I just wrote it down.
Dazovic. Otis, Mandy's ex-boyfriend. Friend of ours, December 22nd, Luke Gallows. December 23rd, the great Muta and Jamie Noble. On Christmas Eve, Cassius Ono. Christmas Day, Raka Khan. And whether you want to know him as Rusev or Miro, he is celebrating a birthday on Christmas Day. December 26th, the gentleman who is an interesting character in WWE, Midian, the man who decided to wrestle naked. I don't know. Oh, I can't say that one. I can't. It's against my religion. December 28th. No, I'm just kidding.
Not.
December 28th. Bart Gunn. Demolition Axe. Goldberg. China. Cesaro. That's another great list on December 27th. And Queen Zelina Vega. December 28th.
Queen Zelina.
That's right. I got to acknowledge. That's right. December 28th. Is it Rachel or Raquel Evers? How does she pronounce it? Raquel Evers. Evers or Evers? Evers. See, I struck out on that name. The December 29th. Former WWE ring announcer and now at Impact, I believe, Justin Roberts, right? Is he in Impact? Right. I thought, right, Impact. Didn't we see him? Yes?
No.
No.
No, I thought we did.
No.
Okay. So where's he? Is it AEW then?
AEW.
All right, AEW. The hell do I know? December. That's probably why I'm not 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. I'm like
talk about my 3/4 half.
Well, the rest of it has been absorbed over here. That's the problem. December 30th, Ray Phoenix. PCO?
Yep. Hey.
And on New Year's Eve, Matt Cross, Danny Birch, Katie Forbes, and everybody else out there celebrating a birthday over the next 2 weeks till we come back on the 1st. The happiest of birthdays.
Hey, I want to do something real quick.
Okay. We got a couple of minutes
PCW Wrestling.
PCW?
Over in Cali.
Okay.
Match that's been signed.
Uh-huh.
PCO
versus
Sin Bodhi.
Oh. That'll be interesting.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not really familiar with PCO. I just wanted to sound excited.
No.
What's that? Will somebody please announce it's his birthday?
Jesus.
It's Jesus' birthday.
On what day?
December 25th.
Thank you. Now I can get Aaron off my back. I told him I can't say that one. It's against my religion.
But anyway.
He bought it.
Anyway.
I got a joke for you off air.
He PCO's in his 50s.
Okay.
And I know my buddy is somewhere, ex-Kazarni.
Uh-huh.
you know, in the
Yep.
WWE. And
Yep.
I just thought that's going to be a hell of a match.
Hopefully it'd be captured somewhere on somebody's like video phone so we can catch it.
I may go over to San Diego LA area. I may go over and watch that show.
When is it?
Sometime next month, January.
There you go.
I don't have.
That's next year. You got time. Don't worry about it. It's next year.
But it's going to be a hell of a show.
There you go. All right, couple of pop culture topics to close out our last. By the way, before I do pop culture, any other wrestling moments of 2021 that stick out to you guys?
Biggest one of all 2021, CM Punk returning to wrestling.
Chief?
I don't know if I want to say it or not.
Say
but
it.
I'm going to.
You made me say stuff.
Seeing Killer Cross drop the belt, then being written off TV by WWE, I think that was the biggest fucking mistake in the world.
There you go. You're supposed to beep as he says it. Our delay beep has a delay. Now, I'm going to trump the one that you said about Punk. Because I think at the time...
I didn't say nothing about Punk.
No, yeah.
I did.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Jeez. And I still got...
They're losing it, folks.
And I still got one more show at the... No, you know why? It's because I've done 3 hours of shows with you today. That's why. It's seeping over here. And to think I got one more show to do in an hour. Yay! Okay.
I'm not getting you no more hot chocolate. What the hell will happen?
I know the sugar. And then I had a donut on top of it. Punk, yes, at the moment. Is he still as important after coming back? I don't think so. Daniel Bryan, to me, his return, his showing up at AEW, in my opinion, long term, since they both appeared in, was it September, right? Punk, I think, was August, and then I think Bryan Danielson's had a bigger impact on wrestling from that same time than Punk has.
Can I?
And maybe it's because the 7 years absence has shown a little reason for that.
Can I give you one other one?
Please.
I think right now, day to day, in the wrestling business,
right,
MJF is the wrestler, in my mind, of the year.
So, of the year, and that's a different topic, but I agree with you. So over the next 2 weeks, one of the highlights I want to do on the 1st, let's give away TCA awards. We'll come up with the name for best this, best that for 2021. We'll wrap it up for sure. We'll do a segment on that. We'll give away our TCAs, whatever we want to call them. I don't know. We have to come up with some fancy gimmicky name. Listen, 2022 is good. We're going to have the start of a new segment called Story Time with Matt Mullen, the boss man of TCA. That's a new segment. Right, exactly. There you go. Cooling. Every massage facility in town is going to be playing this song now.
You keep doing that, I'm going to go to sleep.
I know. I know, right? Then we're going to do 2021 final review. We'll give out some awards in our own mind. All right. We have about negative 30 seconds left because that... Oh, that's right. What's that? We need to do... Yes.
We're going to do Fan of the Year?
We can do that too, absolutely. But next...
Can I win that?
No, those of us sitting here are exempt from any awards.
Oh.
Were you your own biggest fan?
We are looking...
Hell yeah.
If you don't promote yourself to the hilt, who will, right?
True.
ThoughtsCanAnywhere.com.
You guys will for me, that's for sure.
That's right. ThoughtsCanAnywhere.com. Talk about our swag site there, Mr. Matt.
Check out ThoughtsCanAnywhere.com. Check out all our shirts. We have something to make fun of WWE creative writing. Chief and Ain't Easy. Acknowledge Aaron Phillips.
That's right.
Also is the Garth shirts that go towards the Coalition for Suicide Prevention.
Yep. And then we have a mug, don't we? Do we have a mug through GoLive.Vegas? There you go. Check that mug out. And we also have a poster, which maybe we'll... What? What? That's okay.
I forgot to order it.
All right. So we're going to order the poster.
Yes.
And throughout the first couple of months, whatever timetable we feel is appropriate, we'll get our guests, our significant guests. We're going to sign it, and then we're going to auction it off. And proceeds will go to the Nevada Coalition of Suicide Prevention, sponsored by #GotGarthed.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Is this Chris? Oh, I see why. Okay, I see the preview box. Now I know why. Okay, real quickly, some pop culture topics. Real quickly. Super Bowl 2020. You can keep the snow falling. 2024 Super Bowl coming to Las Vegas. Good or bad?
Good for me. I think it's cool. Tickets are going to be super expensive, so we're all going to watch it at home.
Not in comparison to Adele, as we learned during Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Scott joined us on this topic. Scott Hosey. They're going for like $3,000.
You know,
But it's cheaper than Adele.
$35,000.
You look.
That's not what he said. He said $3,500.
You look at it.
For-
they
for-
made a mistake. They
for
added one
Allegiant.
zero. It's 35.
Oh, for Adele.
For Adele went up to $35,000
There's people selling their tickets for $35,000
on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Next topic. Steph Curry breaks the all-time three-point record. That's obvious.
Okay.
Good for him.
Good for him.
New Spider-Man movie was released in theaters, which I think is cool. I haven't seen it
can't
yet.
wait to see that tomorrow.
It's been getting great reviews.
Hey, I want you guys to have, have a good day watching Spider-Man.
I don't know when I'm going.
I don't.
I won't go
either.
see it without my
I
wife.
don't. I don't.
What's that?
I don't.
Oh, Aaron's going. Are you going to see? Are you going with Aaron at the same time?
Not from this side of town, no.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I feel like we should have a mug of like, let's just say a mug of hot chocolate, but I don't want to give Starbucks
My
that.
holiday monster.
That's right.
Anyway.
So anyway, all right.
So anyway,
Yes.
I want to.
We got to wrap up. What you got?
Since I'm the new guy.
New guy.
On
the FNG
on this platform. To the two of my brothers sitting here with me, I want to wish you the most joyous holidays, and please enjoy yourselves. Your 2 weeks off, like me, and I thank you for allowing me to come on this platform with you all and allow me to do what we do. It's pretty good for an old guy to take the abuse I do. And I just want to let you know I love you and I'm always here for you.
Thank you much. I love having you on.
Absolutely. All right, final thoughts, Matt. I think that was Chief's final thoughts. Matt?
Everybody have a happy holidays.
Go hit yourself.
Enjoy your loved ones. Eat some good food. Get some good presents. If you ever need anybody to talk to going through some hard times, my phone's always on. Messages always open.
And New Year's Eve, please be safe down on Fremont Street.
Yeah,
My
you
I get out of there at 5 o'clock. I'm
Good
piecing
for
out that place.
Good for you. Good for you. All right. You want to put me in the full Santa one that you threw me in Thursday night?
And Aaron.
Yeah, I did.
You talked to your wife today.
Yes.
Tell her we send our love.
I absolutely not that one. That looks like I'm from England.
Look like hippie Santa.
That's what I said.
Man, what are you doing?
No, he put me in one on Thursday when we were here for Black Tie Vegas.
He ate too many donuts today, man.
He's trying to find
You
it
better
now, I
get
can
it
tell.
back
All
on
right.
that cereal.
I'm telling you, right? Okay. With it, not that one. That wasn't the one I was in.
That's
there you go. That's
the
the
one.
one. That's the one. All right. Because I feel like Santa Claus on the set with
You
you
look
guys.
like it.
Don't I?
I like your shirt.
Yes. Happy birthday, belated birthday to Brody Lee, Luke Harper.
Yep.
All right. My final thought is very simply this. First of all, be sure to tune in to Aaron's Hour in less than an hour. Noontime Pacific, 3 p.m. East. Luke Perry will be joining us in the first hour talking about some Living in Vegas, his new segment with us, and maybe a peek into some events into 2022. And we're going to see some great things in studio moving forward for 2022. We have a whole interview section set up for him, and there's also virtual reality stuff we'll have some fun with. We have a surprise guest joining me. We may have two, actually, for Aaron's Hour to wrap up 2021, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Nothing specific, just go over some highlights and stuff and maybe just some general conversation. We'll have some fun on Aaron's Hour. Please go to the Facebook page, like it, so you stay in tune with what's going on. Hopefully going into 2022, the website will be up and running, right?
It'll be up this week.
I appreciate Matt working on that for me. And as Chief said to you gentlemen, okay, John Rankin will wish you to find a good job, a new job next year. To you two gentlemen.
We got experience in. Hit me up. I know like 10 people hiring right
There you
now.
go. So reach out to Matt. Chief, you spoke so eloquently because you're right. This brotherhood of this show goes above and beyond what you see on the air. People out on the air have no idea what we talk about just about every day on Facebook and our chat group for Just Us.
Yeah.
Just as friends, supporting each other. And thank you for your kind words to my wife. And I do want to send out my love to my wife who is back east. She'll be attending yet another funeral tomorrow, a family member passed away late last week. Unfortunately, I could not go with her last minute back east. She's out on Long Island, so my thoughts and prayer to her and also to the cousins. Please send regards. Okay, with that, 2021 is in the books. When 2020 was wrapping up, people couldn't wait for 2021 to get here, right? New Year, COVID, all that stuff was behind us. We are 2 weeks away from shutting down 2021, and in my opinion, at this point, I can't wait for 2021 to end. It can't end fast enough.
Close it out for us, my brother.
I certainly will. Aaron Elikas, thank you very much for your hard work and everything that you do, not only for this show, all the shows, but for Go Live Vegas and allowing everybody who has the opportunity to get on a platform to share their thoughts, promote their business. Join us going into 2022. Become part of Thoughts Count Anywhere family. We have some great opportunities for 30,000 people a week for them to see your business. How much would it cost you to spend to get in front of 30,000 people in a week? $120 a month. A lot of money, I would bet, but not with us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere. With that, we love you all for being part of our Thoughts Count Anywhere universe. Fandom, we thank you for your support. I'll see those of you are coming to Versus tomorrow to see the show, come up and say hi. I will be there on commentary with RJ Gillette. With that, I'll see you in less than an hour. With that, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. We love you all for joining in and being part of our lives. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in 2022.